What's up, you guys? Welcome to Mommy Needs a Break. It's a podcast for all you mommies who don't have it together, because guess what? We don't have it together. I'm one of your hosts, Megan Thomas at Meg Scoop, all over the internet. Make sure you follow our podcast at MNAB Podcast as well.
And I'm Marisa Johnson at She Is Marisa J on Instagram.
Yes, and you see this beautiful lady right here looking fabulous.
Thank you.
Okay, she's a mom, she's a wife, and she had a baby in a car, which is amazing. And she's a social media coach. Y'all give it up for Natalie Gouché. Yes. Tell us about yourself really quick.
Yes. You just said it.
You're right, I did. But first of all, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, it's so early this morning. This is early for me, all right?
So, the funny thing is, I was like, why did I agree to a Saturday morning when
Right.
we recording this? Because
You did tell me that you like to sleep
I like
in.
to sleep in.
And that's why
Girl.
you're not at the workout.
Who did this?
Yes.
But I'm excited that I'm here.
Well, you look amazing. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much. Okay, so today we're going to talk. We've got some mommy tips about potty training. We're talking about crazy baby names and some peaceful inspiration.
Yeah.
All right.
So before we get into that, our first segment is Ain't No Shame, where we kind of just talk about things that others may look down upon, but
Okay.
here is a judge-free
Okay.
zone. So ain't no shame. So I'll start. Ain't no shame in not really knowing how to do your baby's hair, and grandmothers always do it better than me. I feel like every time I get around like one of Halo's grandmas, I step away for 5 minutes and she has a whole new hairstyle. Slick, baby hairs, juiced up, oiled. And I'm like, I just don't know how to do her hair like them. Like they do it all her grandmas.
But see, you're great.
Perfectly.
But here's the thing. Your mom has had, 4 girls?
Yes.
So she's had 20 plus years to work on some girls' hair. You've
Terell's
had
mom has
2 years.
no girls. And
But she's also a black mom. So
True.
I feel like it's just in your genes.
It's like magical hands, I think.
When you get older, it's just there. And so you hit 50 and you're a black grandma, all of a sudden you can do hair.
Yeah. So at first I was just always kind of embarrassed. I mean, she's only one, but whatever. And then when I come in like, oh, one of your grandmas did your hair.
It's amazing.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just rolling with it now. So
Yeah.
you saw her hair today.
I don't think I would be that good with. That's why I'm glad I have a baby boy, because I can't even part. So I don't know what a little girl's hair would look like.
Yeah. I'm
That'd be
struggling.
cute.
I'm struggling.
How you do your baby's hair now? You got 2 girls.
It's usually wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the 12-year-old knows how to do the baby hairs and the parts and all that. And matter of fact, she spends way too much time in the mirror now.
Did she do your baby's hair?
She tries, and I told her the baby doesn't need baby hair. Like,
Right, her hair is baby hair.
She already has baby hair. There's no need to slick and
My
yeah.
mom
That is
slicks
so
Halo's
funny.
baby hairs. Like,
That's hilarious. That is so
Oh,
true. She
yeah.
does have baby hair. She's a
Already.
baby.
Like, y'all trying to get what she got. You don't need
Right,
to do it,
right.
right? Yeah.
That's cute.
That's funny. Okay,
What about
so
you, Megan?
ain't no shame in letting your baby wear a helmet around the house. Okay, my son, 7 months old, he has like this padded helmet, which
Mhm.
everyone like laughs at me. If you go on my if you go on Meg Scoop on Instagram, you'll see I put his picture of his helmet on, and everybody was like, "If you don't take this helmet off this baby, it's padded," and he looks like Toad, the little mushroom from Mario Kart.
Exactly.
But y'all don't understand. He's like super strong. He's only 7 months. He shouldn't be doing what he's doing, but he's so strong. He's crawling. He's lifting himself up. He can take steps. So because he's already doing all of this, like I wasn't ready. I thought this happens at like 9 months to a year.
Oh, you got to get that helmet ready.
So yeah, and then he kept falling and hitting his head. I was like, oh no, we can't do this, because CPS can't be over here talking about something. Your baby fell on his
Does he go out
head.
the house with it on?
I mean, like to the car. Like we haven't left like look at our driveway, but I don't want people to judge my baby and be like, why your baby got this helmet? So, but yes, he does have a helmet, and if you come over to our house, he'll have that helmet on. Okay,
Ain't no shame.
ain't no shame in it. What about you, Natalie?
Ain't no shame if you got to give the baby some snacks and put her in front of a TV if you have a business call because your nanny was running late.
Ooh.
But like an hour late.
Ooh, an hour.
I did a whole entire conference call at the foot of the stairs, had her downstairs watching TV and like praying that she didn't make any noise. And she was amazing. And I could not believe it. I didn't know how I was going to, but I couldn't cancel this call. It was a really, really important call.
Right.
So I made it happen. And you know what? She was cool. Gave her some snacks. She watched her favorite program. It's all good.
See?
That's good.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Now it's time for our mommy tips, you guys. So today our mommy tips are about potty training. Now my baby is 7 months. He's not ready to be potty trained. However, apparently he is. Okay, so my mom is Korean.
ready?
Let me tell you. So my mother is Korean, and she told me that she was like, "Oh yeah, you were basically potty trained by 8 months, and then by 1, when you could walk, like you would take yourself." And I was like, "That's a lot. Like you don't remember, Mom. That's a long time ago." She was like, "No, that's how it goes. Apparently, in like other foreign countries, they don't have babies past 1 that wear diapers." And I was like, how is this possible? And apparently, because it's something called elimination communication. So your babies, like it's easier to train a baby to potty train than it is a child that's like walking and talking. Because at this point, they're still like, they know when they need to pee, but the longer they're in a diaper, then they just rely on peeing and pooping their diaper. So apparently what you're supposed to do is like, I guess in Korea, my mom said they took the diapers off the babies. They have hardwood floors. And then that way, when a baby pees, they can like visually see what happens when they get this feeling. Because you have the diaper on.
That's exactly what my father did to potty train us.
See?
Oh.
Yep. Took the diaper off.
It works. My mom said and at 8 months, she was like, you couldn't walk. So what we would do, every time we'd have to take you to the toilet. She's like, it's a lot of work but she was like, by the time you could actually walk, you would take yourself.
Wow.
So she said by 1, she was like, yeah, you were out of diapers, but that's normal.
So basically, I'm slipping right now. My daughter.
Girl, everybody in the Western world. Everybody in the Western world was like, wait,
like 3 years old with diapers.
That's what I'm saying. They don't, girl, size 6 diapers, they don't do that.
They're probably like, we can't afford to like, do this. So y'all need to get out these diapers.
Exactly. So yes, if you want to do that, apparently there's a book called Elimination Communication, and it teaches you how to like make sure your baby can go to the bathroom on their own by the time they're like 1. Or later.
Past 1.
No, that same thing.
Yeah,
like,
but
like
get that book
sooner. Yeah, sooner than rather than later.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, take your diaper off. Just
and let her run around.
Yeah, take a weekend where you're like, you know what, we're gonna stay at home, and there's gonna be a lot of pee on the floor, and poop piles. Cool.
I could do that.
By the end of the weekend, you should have somebody that can at least go to the bathroom once.
Pee. I don't know about the poop.
I watched a YouTube video and they give the kids little treats after they do go to the potty.
Like a dog.
Like little doggies. like something that they don't normally get.
Right,
so if your kid doesn't eat chocolate, then it's like, oh, here's a little M&M.
But that's a lot of chocolate.
I know.
And a lot of poop.
That is, yes.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Like, that is rough. I don't know what you do.
I might try it, though.
Okay.
I think it will work. Because my daughter has done it when I've taken the diaper off before she gets in the tub. And she's like, what is that stuff? But then she starts playing in it.
That's okay, but she might be in the tub. That's okay. Pee is sterile, remember?
And you're right.
That's okay. It is. Poop is the dirty portion, but pee is okay. Pee is all right.
In the tub. It's too much.
Mommy needs a break.
Right.
Ooh. Yes, what's your tip, Marisa?
I don't know if it's a tip, because I'm not sure if it's working yet, but every morning we take Halo's diaper off, like, as soon as she wakes up and puts her on the potty. Okay. And we've been doing that since before she turned 1. And she pees. She'll sit there and pee and laugh and laugh and joke and whatever. As soon as we move her, though, she'll pee on the floor. Well, she'll sit there and pee. I'm sorry. But, like, if we take her diaper off, like yesterday, we were getting ready for the bath. She just sat there and peed. Like, so if we leave her, she'll go to the bathroom on the floor. But
wait, does she have a little, like, floor potty?
Yeah, she has a potty.
Do you, like follow her with it, like, okay?
I feel like Terell heard you say that once, and he did that yesterday, but the pee was already on the ground, so he was like, maybe we should leave it in her room. So, I mean, but we do take her to the potty in the morning, like her first morning pee, and she'll just sit there and watch us brush our teeth, and
she sits there, she'll pee. That's so good.
So we're I don't think we've committed like that, like ready for the poop to
So you know what you said that's important, though? You have to get them up early enough, like not like 10 minutes before you leave.
Yes,
that's my thing. I'm like, ooh, just let us sleep so I can do what I need to do. I need to put my makeup on. So I'm like getting her up, changing that diaper, and getting out the house. So I don't get her up long enough to where she could take a potty. But I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try that.
Either way, I think is gonna be a sacrifice.
Yeah.
I'm just not ready for that poop.
No, I'm not ready for the poop either.
That's wild.
I'm not ready for the poop.
That's wild. I'm not. What about you? Do you have any tips? Natalie,
girl, I'm way behind. I'm not even doing it.
No, but you have a 12-year-old.
True.
Well, we did that. So I dropped her off at my dad's house.
That's what you got to do, right?
So when I first started, when I first had my daughter, I was going to school full time and I was working full time, and I had just started a business. Okay. So my parents and I had friends that lived in San Bernardino that were so helpful. So like when I was in school, they had the baby, and so my dad's from the old school, my dad and my mom. So they were just like, yeah, we're gonna take this diaper off, right, and let her run around, and
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't even remember having to potty train her. Like my parents
so
helped
awesome.
me. So when you're like, what are your tips? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't really do it.
Send her to grandma. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Send grandma and grandma. That's it.
And honestly, my daughter's 12. I wouldn't even remember if I did. So
Right.
I'm gonna take y'all tips, and we're gonna roll with that.
We'll roll with that, right? All right.
Okay, so since we're on a quick break, Mama, let's scroll through that timeline and see what we are looking at. What did I see? The mom that went off. What was her name?
Oh,
Christian Tinsley.
Yes.
Says her daughter was bullied, so she like completely snapped. The daughter came home and said that she would have killed herself if she wasn't so strong.
Right.
And I remember watching this laughing, but then I was like, oh wait, this is not
serious.
But
though,
I
right?
remember my mom coming up to the school acting like this. So
Really?
What? Oh yeah. So what was she talking about? She was like, oh, I'm handing out ass whoopings.
She
You guys
said,
want to
call
come bully
your
me?
auntie, tell your
Right. Your
And
sister,
I
your
was laughing
mom.
when they said she handed out ass whooping tickets.
No, she
Tickets.
didn't. No,
Yes.
she didn't.
Here
I
you
don't
go.
believe you.
But she kept. I think the teacher was. It was a little blurry, but the teacher was like sitting there, and then
Oh,
all
yeah,
of a
the
sudden the
teacher was
teacher was gone because she was.
She
going
handed out tickets.
Yes, to the kids.
Ass
Like
whoopings.
they said, give this to your aunt.
Because
Or your mom,
because I
or
think
your
it was
sister.
little boys,
Oh, right.
right?
It was the little boys, yeah.
that were bullying her, and I think the daughter was the one filming. Like, yeah, you heard that? Like, yeah, this is my mama.
Wow.
So I mean, I don't know. I was bullied in school. I remember, and my mom came up to the school. I remember, and asked the girl to get her mom, like.
Right.
And at the time, I was like the only mixed kid, me and my sister.
Okay.
So I would come to school with like wet curly hair. My mom always like did her hair in the morning, comb through her hair, make sure it was moisturized. And they would the little black girls would pull my hair. Like, oh, your hair smells like pee. Like, oh, you have pee in your hair. Oh, and so my mom came up to the school and went crazy. I mean, I thought when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah.
You're like, that's
do that.
Wait, did it work though? Did the kids stop bothering you?
Of course. Oh yeah. It was.
But the question is, did she hand out?
No, I don't think.
Tickets.
I've seen my mom fight people before, but What?
Miss
Yeah.
Lisa, you done fought people?
Oh man, yeah. We're a little kid. My mom was quick to like, don't touch my kids, don't put your
Okay,
hands
I
on them, don't
understand.
speak to them. Like, yeah.
Get it, girl.
She used to hand me whoopings at school. She would walk to school and whoop me in the bathroom. So
Anybody can get
anybody,
it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
so people are like saying about that mom, like, was she right? And I think like her intentions were, she wanted to protect her baby who said she would have been suicidal because of these boys bullying her. Like, if you hear that from your child,
Oh, listen,
I couldn't
you're
imagine.
knuckling up. You about to
Yeah.
do whatever.
Right.
I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine.
but now she's like banned from the school. She can't.
The mom or the
Yes,
kid?
the mom is banned from the school. She can never go up. Like, you can't go to parent teacher conferences. I think her intentions were good. Her heart was in the right place, but her actions were not right. You don't tell little boys, I'm gonna hand your mama an ass whooping.
Hey.
You need to talk to. This is where you have to hold teachers and principals accountable, and you have to document it, because then everybody got a boss, okay? So if I talk to you and you don't handle it, I will talk to your boss. I don't care if I have to talk to the superintendent of the entire like county schools. You will hear from me, and because the squeaky wheel always gets the grease. But you want to do it effectively so that not only do they help your child, but they help other children that are going through that as well. Handing out ass whooping tickets.
One of my parents was banned from the school.
Really?
Well, not my parent. One of the grandparents of my children. I'm not going to say who, because I don't want to, like, they might watch this. But one of the grandparents went up to the school because my daughter was talking about one of the students that was kind of like she was getting into it with. And this particular grandparent went to lunch with my daughter and told the little girl, basically, like, you ain't got no friends. Because you're mean, and I guess she was like handing out snacks to everybody but the kid. Yeah.
Petty grandma.
Wait, listen. And so I get a call later on that day. Did your mother talk to? I guess I did out it, huh?
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Did your
So,
grandparents?
but you don't know if it was the mama or the mama-in-law. Either one. So
Yeah.
did your mother like basically tell my daughter? And I was like, oh my God. And so it was a whole thing. And that grandparent got banned from coming to the school.
Oh man.
Because she told the little girl about
It's
herself.
hilarious. It's wrong, but it's hilarious. I'm not gonna
Looking at it now, I'm like, you can't talk to another kid. You can't talk to them directly. Like, tell them, like, you ain't got no friends because you didn't. No.
It's hard. Like, the first time I seen a kid push Halo on the playground, I told her to back up. Like, I was like, you need to back up. Back up. Because it was just like, it was my first instinct
because somebody
to
does it
protect
to your
my
baby,
daughter. And I just feel like these kids are really hurting themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they're really taking their own lives because they're being bullied. Yeah. So as a mom, like, I'm not sure. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And,
no, I get it too, because like I said, Mav is 7 months old and we were at like Gymboree, and this boy was like 11 months, but he looked like he was 5. And he was like, ran through and just like hit Mav, and I was like,
hold on,
I just blinked.
Did
fast
the slow blink. Oh, the fast
no, I
blink.
didn't do the fast one, girl. The fast one, the crazy one. Slow blink is like, okay.
What happened?
No, fast. Because I was just like, little boy, you look like a toddler. You're 11 months. I will push you. Yeah. Okay. But
where's your mama at?
Right.
Come see
Mommy
me.
and Nanny were there. Mommy and Nanny. So I was like, one of them need to come get your little big toddler size self.
Get your little big self.
Right. Get your little big self.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, what would y'all have done though?
I'm half and half. I'm half and half. You know, I'm willing and able to sit in the parking lot and wait for you to come out, kid and all. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
But here's
I am
the
my
thing,
mother's child.
Bullies are hurt children. You know what I'm saying? So
They
at the
are.
end of the day, you have to remember that this child is so hurt that the only way that they can cope with it is to lash out at other children. So if you look at it like that, it's hard, you know, even though they're hurting your baby, just know this other baby is hurt too. Yeah. So it's kind of like, well, what do I do to make sure not only that you stop talking to my baby like that, but you also don't do that and someone doesn't do that to you. See, I'm all about holding people accountable. And you're going to hear from me. And we're going to talk about this because you're a social media coach. The power of social media is huge. Mm-hmm. That's how people found out about this story, was because the video was posted online. Right. But I truly believe, like, look, I will hold you accountable. You don't do it, I'll put it online, okay?
I'm going to need you to pick up the phone when it happens to Megan so you can talk me through it.
Girl, you don't want me to. I believe in I will sit in the class.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sit in the class.
You can give the death stare. You can, like, give the death stare to the kid and not say anything, because then you can't get in trouble, right?
Exactly. And I feel like the mom should have just been like, if she wanted to come in the class, she should have come in there and said, okay, guys, I'm such and such's mother, but I want to talk to y'all about bullying, okay? Because there's apparently some bullying going on in this class. Let me tell you what's wrong with that. Blah, 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 blah. There's children killing themselves because they're getting bullied. You know, and if you're a bully, obviously, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to hear somebody's parent come in there and talk to them forever about that. But if you sit there and you're like, we're going to be effective, okay? Yeah. Let's do this effectively. I would tell the principal, I would tell the teacher, I'm going to be in there for 10 minutes tomorrow. I'm going to talk to your kids about bullying and why that's not cool, okay? Right. If anybody has a problem, you're welcome to talk to me afterwards.
Outside.
Your mother may talk to me as well.
Yeah.
But what y'all not gonna do is put your hands on my baby.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. It's been so great. I'll come back anytime you guys want me to. And bring snacks. Bring snacks. I would have brought snacks. I'd have been like, here, guys.
Well, see, but if you were like my peoples, you would give all the snacks to people, but the one, one that was bullying your kid.
I'm not mad at it.
All right, let's talk about another story. So Ayesha Curry had made a comment about she was on Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith and her family, and she was saying how, like, her husband has been in the league and he's always getting all this attention from women, but she feels like she doesn't get any male attention. So, and people, like, ripped her to shreds because they were like, you have, like, this perfect little family. Like, you're complaining, basically, because you have a husband that's, like, attentive. He loves you. Like, you got great kids. You got a business. Like, what else do you need? Mm-hmm. And people just ripping her to shreds. And I was like, I understood what they were saying, but at the same time, I also understand what she's saying, which is, like, I wasn't complaining, but I was just telling y'all, like, sometimes people want to be like, oh, I still got it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there was a man at Whole Foods that, like, gave me the eye, and I'm like, I'm taking, but thank you. Like, I still got it. I just needed,
like, whoop, just want to make sure.
Yeah, just want, because, you know, as moms, we feel like she's dealing with postpartum depression, and I'm dealing with that right now. Like, I feel so frumpy and terrible at times, and sometimes you just need a little reminder, like, you're not that bad, okay?
But you know what I wonder is the people that are judging her, number one, do they have kids?
Right.
Number two, are they married to a high-profile man? Probably not.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all about perspective. And I think most people cannot put themselves in that situation and say, I can see it. Like, they immediately went to, like, oh, she has this and she has that, as if when you're rich, you have no problems.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you have a cute husband and cute kids and you're rich, like, automatically you don't get to feel any emotion. Like, what is that? That we can't be vulnerable and like, be honest about how we feel without feeling like, okay, I'm supposed to have it all together. Like, that's what Red Table Talk is for. Like, they're
Exactly.
supposed to be vulnerable. Like, what did you want her to say? And furthermore, if she would have gone on there and acted like there was nothing wrong with her, people would have been like, oh, she acting like she perfect.
Right.
So, like, come on. Like, what is she supposed to say?
Yeah. I'm a huge, like, supporter, a fan of Ayesha Curry because of how real she is, because of how normal she is. And like you said, if she would have went on there like, oh, Steph is perfect. Oh, we're perfect. Oh, we go to church. We got these kids. Like, that's not even who she is. That's not even her brand.
Yeah.
If you follow her brand, she always speaks her mind. She will go after commentators. Like, she will go after anyone.
Yeah.
And I think even recently she just said, like, she had a bad boob job. Like, she didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
Why did she? That's who she is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I
Listen,
understood what she said.
I don't know any woman with 3 kids walking around that hasn't looked at their body and felt like, is there something wrong with me?
Exactly.
I've had 2 and have looked in the mirror and said that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it all it takes is 1 kid for you to go, oh, wait, I don't feel like I used to feel. Do you know what I mean?
I felt like that before the baby, child.
Right.
So after the baby. Like,
and if you have a successful, not even high profile, a successful husband, right? Like, someone looks at Terell for 25 seconds instead of 15 seconds, and I'm like,
eyes avert them now.
Hello, hi, I'm Marisa.
I got some stories for you.
She said women would go up to her and I will take your man. Like, what?
Well, take him, girl, because look, let me tell you all the problems with him. That's what I would do. Let me tell you, you gonna deal with that? You gonna deal with this? Okay, I'm just playing. Don't take my man. I love you, babe. If you watch this, I love
Team
you.
Ayesha.
Yeah. I am Team Ayesha too.
Yeah.
Do you have any like crazy stories, because you guys are married, of like women that did something and you're like,
listen, that's a whole nother episode.
Right.
Do you understand?
I'm like this.
what do you do though? Like if somebody says
Wait,
something-
I'll tell you a funny one.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear this.
So I had a lady one time that requested my husband on Facebook. Now, mind you, I'm a social media coach. You literally can just Google my name, find my website. So apparently she said, I didn't know how to get in contact with you, so I friended your husband. And I'm like, wait.
But you found him?
Wait, yeah. But so you could find my husband, but you couldn't Google Natalie Gouché, or maybe just look me up online, or like it made me laugh. And I was like, lady, you are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Doing too much.
Come on. I mean, that's just like a small example. Okay. Females can be crazy.
Right.
Yeah. I won't get too much into it, but I just felt like when we got married, Terell's a very friendly person. And when we got married, there was a lot of women, I would say, oh, congratulations. That I knew he was involved. I'm so happy. Just coming out the woodworks. Like, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Like, what do you, like, just carrying the conversation just a little too long for my life.
For 25 seconds and not 15.
It was just, because where were they, like, before we got married? So it's just a lot of that I'm like, no.
And everybody becomes desirable when they're not available.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Because they see what they could have had.
Bye. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Right? Bye. All right. Okay, well, let's talk about you, Natalie. You already talked about it. You're a social media coach.
Yeah.
How did you even get into that?
So it actually started with my daughter. So my 12-year-old, when I was pregnant with her first, I was like, I want to try to find out if I can work from home and try to, do something where I can be home with her. And I didn't find anything immediately. But about a year after she was born, my mother-in-law bamboozled me into coming to her house for breakfast on a Saturday morning, right? I love pancakes. So she's like, you want to come over? I was like, yeah. So I come over. It was like a network marketing presentation, right? Y'all have ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those. And at first I was so pissed, right? And then I kind of was sitting back like, well, my daughter is about a year old and I haven't found anything that allowed me to stay home. And everybody wants to lose weight. Why not? I literally logged on the computer right then and there, transferred some money from my savings to my checking, and gave this money for this like starter kit, right? So long story short is I absolutely sucked at marketing. Like that was the first time I'd ever done anything for myself. So I didn't know how to talk to people. I really didn't know how to use the internet for that sort of thing. But I started to try. So like on Facebook, I would like message people. It's so hilarious. People would block me. So I would spam people. Have you ever had a friend that like you're not in the photo, but they tag you?
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, that was you?
That was me, girlfriend.
Oh my God.
That was me. So yeah, so I was horrible. And I basically had to learn how to do it the right way. And once I did, I tripled my income. I quit my corporate job. I started to build a team of people from all over the world. And people were like, how did you do that? And I would hook up my laptop to my TV in my 1-bedroom apartment and just have people come over, and I would show them what I was doing. Like, not even thinking this was a business. It was just like, oh, come on, let me show you how to build your business.
Yeah.
And then that turned into a, whoa, like, this is a thing. And from there, it just blossomed. So that was in 2010-ish when I started.
Nice.
Yeah.
And since then, you've been on a bunch of networks.
Yeah. It's been pretty amazing. Stuff that's happened that I would have never expected. You know, I got called into, you know, HLN, been on CNN, been the OWN network. I partnered with really cool companies.
That's
like
so good.
all of this stuff that I never expected.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting how it started first with, like, I just need to do this for myself, like, just so I can stay home with my daughter. And then it blossomed to, oh, let me help other people do this. And then it turned into, oh, let me help companies do it. And, like, here we are.
Awesome.
Girl, that's amazing. And now you're just working from home, making all this money. I love it. You know?
Well, so the cool thing is I work from home, but then I come into La Create Space and meet my clients and work here too.
That's
So,
good.
Plug.
yeah.
So I've been to one of Natalie's, what do you call it? Seminars?
Workshops, events, yeah.
What is one tool that we all can take away to just like enhance our social media, grow it, whatnot? Maybe some people don't like posting.
You know what? I think storytelling, in my opinion, is one of the easiest ways to connect with people.
Oh, that's true.
Because it doesn't feel like marketing. Like, we all know how to tell stories.
Yeah.
We talk to our girlfriends. We're like, girl, we know how to tell stories.
Yeah.
So why not treat your social media like that? Where
Right.
it doesn't all have to be perfect. Like, tell an authentic story. Easiest way to get people invested in you.
Well, one of your authentic stories is a video of you holding your brand new just birth baby in the car because you had the baby in the car.
Right.
Please tell me the story. Like, walk me through this day. What happened?
It was so incredible. It was the most incredible experience of my life.
And you look, first of all, when
Right.
you have this baby, there's not any type of fear on
No.
your face. I would have
No.
been like, oh my God, I just
No.
had this baby to go. You were like, I got this. Okay.
I know, listen, because I prepared for that day. So obviously I didn't expect to have the baby in the car, but I knew that I wanted to have my baby naturally anyway. So like, I was doing meditation, I was going to yoga, I was reading a book called Supernatural Childbirth that literally shows you how to birth without fear or pain. And it's hilarious because I don't know if it was in this book or it was another book I saw. Oh no, it was another book with can't remember the title, but anyway, there's this lady sitting down and she's smiling and her legs are open and like she's apparently like having this baby. I'm like, ain't nobody having a baby. Ain't nobody having a baby smiling. Like that's not. And I kid you not, I was in that car having yeah, she's.
You did. I'm like,
I was sitting there because you know what? I was imagining my daughter coming. And I just was like, okay, every contraction is that closer. And I was praying in the back. I was like literally speaking out loud, like praising God in the car. It was quiet. Nobody was screaming. It wasn't the kind of hectic situation that you would expect.
Yeah.
And so I felt so prepared. And here's the thing. I recommend everybody get a doula. I had a doula.
Yes, I had a doula. Yes.
Who prepared me. She told me this is what it's going to feel like when you're getting ready to deliver. So I knew what was happening with my body, so I wasn't afraid. Okay. Whereas with my first daughter, I was younger. I was terrified. I didn't have the support. Right. And so that experience, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. It was absolutely incredible. Yeah.
So wait, so when you're sitting in, how did you know, like at that moment, like, oh, what happened the moment you knew we're not going to make it to the hospital?
Because I felt her head crowning. And I remember telling my husband, this baby's coming. So he's driving. Mm-hmm. My friend is in the back seat with me.
Right.
And I had a dress on. So I opened my legs. I'm like, this baby's coming. And he's like, no, hold it. He was freaking out more than I was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my friend lifts up my dress and goes, look at the head.
Right.
So it was like what do they call it? The crown of fire? Holy
but
fire?
Listen, there was no ring of fire.
There wasn't?
No.
Wow.
You didn't feel that?
No.
Really?
When I tell you, I cannot explain. Like, people look at me like I'm crazy. It was not pain. It wasn't painful. It was a pressure. It was definitely like a pressure, but it was not painful. Yeah. And so I thought, oh my God, I wish more women understood what their bodies can do. We wouldn't be so afraid. Right. All the stuff we see on TV with people screaming and yelling and their water breaks and the baby comes, it's not like that. And it doesn't have to be. Right. But you have to to consciously take an effort to prepare your mind and your body for that, right? But yeah, I mean, so my friend lifts up my dress and shows my husband that the baby's head is there, and he turns back and he's like, ah!
He was acting like the movie.
Right.
And then I remember trying to almost like stop her from coming, and my body knew what to do. She was ready, and it was like, okay, push, the head was out, baby's head was out. And my friend was like, okay, like you gotta do some more. And I think I did 1 or 2 other pushes, and bloop, she popped right out. And I just remember my daughter in the front seat looking, and she was like this.
You know, my daughter was in the car.
Yeah. That's so amazing, though.
And she would have been at the birth anyway. She would have been in the room with me. So for her to experience that I kid you not, she's like, that's my baby. Like, you can't tell me nothing. And my little sister is like my, she feels so connected to her.
That's so good.
It's incredible.
Wait, so you caught your baby?
So yeah, so she comes out, and she comes right on my chest, and umbilical cord is still attached. Like, we're calling the doctor to tell her we're on our way. Like, it was like a Grey's Anatomy scene when we get there. Like, the door's like, oh, they open up, and like everybody's waiting for us because they knew we were coming. Right. It was like a movie.
Wow.
It was absolutely like a movie.
I cannot believe, like, literally, I was looking at your video, and you're just sitting there, like, just the look on your face was just like, it's cool. Like, this happens every day.
I think the first time I met her, she showed me that.
I did.
And I was like, oh,
I was
special.
such on a, like, adrenaline rush. It was like, I was calm, but I was like, yo, like, I just did this, And I'll share this, too, because I don't think a lot of women, talk about it as much. But I had 6 miscarriages before I had my daughter. So that was one of the other reasons why I wanted to have her naturally, because I felt like this is a gift from God. Like, and I didn't tell everybody that I wanted to do it naturally, because some people were like, oh, like, you don't get a prize. You don't have to do it. It was something I wanted to do. I felt like I have not been able to carry a baby so many times. I have this opportunity to do this. I want to feel every single thing.
That's
like, I have chills, like, thinking about that. But and I got to feel that exactly how I want it.
Do you think that doing that and going through that experience, like, it helps you in other areas?
Oh my God! Listen, you can't tell me nothing.
Right.
Like, I remember telling my husband, like, I can do anything. Like, I literally was like, there's nothing I can't do. I felt so, like, on top of the world. Wow. So yeah, I definitely take that confidence in other places for sure.
So you mentioned you had 2 daughters. So what's the age difference?
So my oldest daughter's 12, and my youngest daughter is 17 months. 17, 18, I don't know. I don't do math, but.
So what are the challenges you face with, like, the 12-year-old that you?
Honestly, the only challenge is her wanting to be too involved, which is not a bad thing. Do you know what I mean?
Wait,
like,
too involved with
the baby. Like, sometimes I have to be like, okay, you got to get to bed. I will get the baby to bed. You need to get to bed now. And she's like, oh, well, let me like put her to bed.
That's really her baby, huh?
So like, there's no bad part of that. And I think before, I always wanted my kids to be close together. And, now that I see how they are, I'm like, oh, it was all in God's timing. Yeah. Like, she adores her little sister, and it's such a special bond that I don't think I would change what I went through to have them that far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Listen, and when mommy needs a break, 12-year-old gets the baby.
So
and I can nap. Hello. Like,
that is
so perfect.
Yes. All right. So what's the balance of your life? Well, how does that look like? Because you've got the business, you have to maintain your relationship with your husband. Right. You got to be a great mom. How do you balance all of that stuff?
I'm really, really blessed and fortunate that my business allows me to work certain hours, and I get to choose that, which is the whole reason I did this in the first place. Right. So it literally has manifested, especially with now having the second child. I see the difference between what I was doing with my first one and where I am now. And literally, this is what I worked for. Yeah. And it's crazy because I used to feel bad about it. I used to be like, oh, so many women have to work. And I'm like, no, this is what you did. This is what you worked for 10 years ago. Like, you're reaping the benefits. But balance is a funny thing because I don't think, I know it can exist. I'm more like, so you just got to give where you can. And sometimes other things are going to be off balance. Like, there's going to be times where I'll have to tell my husband, listen, I'm working on a proposal. And for the next few days, like, I'm going to be a little crazy. Yeah. Or, there's times where I don't want to do business at all. And I just want to sit there and cuddle with the kids. That means something else may be suffering. Or going out with husband means you're not going to be with the kids. So you just have to like figure out how to do it all and know that it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And like, I give myself grace,
Yeah.
and there's all the, my husband, he's super like motivated, disciplined. And sometimes it's crazy because he's all about like perfection in so many ways. And I'm like, I get that that's how you rock, but I have to give myself grace because I can't do everything all the time perfectly.
Yeah.
So I just have to talk to myself.
Oh, that is a word.
Right.
Okay. Give yourself grace.
Give yourself some
Ooh,
grace,
yes.
for real.
Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
This was like, I'm thinking,
I know,
I'm
I'm
just
stuck.
like marinating.
I'm like-
Y'all just stop
Like, no, I mean, like, I'm just like marinating on what you're saying. I'm like, this is awesome.
So where can everyone find you at?
You can find me at Natalie Gouché. I know y'all don't know how to spell it, so is it going to be here like in the lower third or something? I don't know. Gouche, Natalie Gouché, NatalieGouché.com, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook.
And that's your business as well. They
can go to NatalieGouché.com, yes.
Y'all hit her up. She's
Yeah,
amazing.
she
Oh my
really
gosh.
is amazing.
She birthed her own baby, okay?
Hell
We should have
her.
just said that and left everything else, because just saying that means like, oh, I'm the queen of the universe. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right, so, oh yes. What are we doing next, Marisa? I'm sorry.
We're fine. So this segment is I'm fine. If I come up to you and you're not having a good day, we like to mask. We like to mask kind of what
girl.
we're feeling.
Yes.
So we like to leave with a little inspiration to get you through the day, get you through the week. I think Megan has something for us.
Yes, so this is, I've had a very crazy week, and like I'm still learning the balance, or learning where I can be graceful to myself.
There
We'll
you
say that,
go. Yeah.
That's nice.
And so as a result, sometimes I don't have peace, and I have to ask, I ask God for peace that surpasses all understanding, but sometimes I'm like, it ain't coming fast enough, okay? So because of that, I found a quote that's actually really helpful. It says, peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is rather than as you think it should be. And that's from Wayne W. Dyer. So like, when I read that, I was like, you know what? That actually makes sense, because you're always trying to, I think that's where the craziness and anxiety comes from, because you think it should be another way.
Right.
Instead of going, okay, this is how it is. Now, how do I navigate and be okay and be at peace with how it is?
That's good.
That is really good.
That's really
So
good.
remember that. Peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is rather than as you think it should be. Thank you so much, Wayne W. Dyer. I don't know who you are, but that was the word for my life.
So it's been great taking a break with all of you. Be sure to take a break with us next week. We have more mommies. We have entrepreneurs, vegan moms, child therapists. So make sure you tune in. Where can we find you, Megan?
Yes. I'm Megan Thomas at Meg Scoop all over the internet. And make sure you follow this lady.
Yes.
What's your social media again?
Natalie Gouché. Instagram is like my playground, my favorite place. So follow me there.
You can follow me at She Is Marisa J on Instagram.
And make sure you follow our podcast at MNAB Podcast all over the internet and everywhere else.
MNA.
You're going to get this one of these days. Marisa, mommy needs a break. Okay, the letters. All right. MNAB Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.